Oh,
cute, huh?
oh. We have to finish. Okay.
On leaning on a side like this because it's too heavy.
뽀뽀해야지. 대꾸하면. 왜 토 같아?
베베. Hi, bebes.
It's Earl,
And Sean.
and welcome to another episode of the
Orange Sofa series.
This is actually the first Orange Sofa series we're hosting in our new flat. Yay! So it's a bit different from what you're used to. No more green wall.
Yeah, but we are trying to find the perfect angle for taking the content. But when we try to sit the position that we used to set, it was against the light. So we just are trying to mesh the, how do I say, the perfect angle of it.
Yeah.
So please understand.
So we'll be experimenting maybe in the upcoming episode on what's the best, because we got so much light inside our living room.
Which is nicer, yeah? Today's topic, I think, is kind of sweet.
Or maybe cringy.
Could be, yes. Yeah.
And because we haven't talked about this also, and we actually got this idea from one of our subscribers actually.
Yeah.
They gave this prompt to us and they asked, can you tell us what are some of the little things that you like about each other? So like things that they do, or words that they say
That
make you
makes
feel
us to feel good.
or like makes us feel like, oh, I love him.
So I really want to appreciate to the person who commented on our content for this, good idea, because we love it. And then it actually made me to think for a while that, I mean, it doesn't mean that I don't hardly find those things from him.
많이 없나?
But I'm saying that it is actually making me to look back of our relationship. Like things that I am granted to have it from him, but it's still something that he's doing it for me. So I was like, those are really sweet and nice. So I came up with, criterias.
Okay.
Would you like to start?
No, you start. I'm embarrassed.
Okay. For me, I want to start with, I guess it's important for me because, my hands and feet are very cold. And I like to put my hands and feet on his body during the winter. Like I get cold easily and then it doesn't get warm easily as well. So I just put my feet and hands like this on his body.
cold.
Yeah. And sometimes on his tummy or back, like wherever that I can contact, especially on the bed. I know he's very cold, but he still does it for me because he thinks that I feel cold easier than what he does. So this is something I feel like, it doesn't mean that he has to do it for me because he's also cold sometimes. But he's doing it for me because he cares about me.
Okay.
Oh, this was really nice for me to, I don't know, like look back during the winter time.
Oh, you always do it, even during summers. You always do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, he said I'm doing it, but not recently, huh?
No, you do.
Oh really?
Always, yeah.
I don't remember. Maybe I'm just thinking that I am granted to have it.
First thing I think that little things that I like about Sean. When he's really happy or smiley, it's not wrinkles, okay? But like the way that his eyes crinkle, when he smiles, when he's really happy, like these things form.
Yeah, that's wrinkle.
It's not a wrinkle. It's more like crinkles in your eyes. And when I see it, it's so cute. I always used to like eye smiles when people really like smile with their eyes. And when Sean does that, that's not an eye smile. like this, like this.
Now,
like this.
now I'm thinking of my wrinkles.
Oh no! Like when you do that, 심쿵. I feel a bit like, oh, he's so lovely. I don't know if I can do this. It's so cringy.
It's cute, huh?
Oh. We have to finish. Okay.
This is another thing that I always feel appreciated to him. Sometimes I feel like I can also do it, but he does that for me always. Like for example, like we go to market or like we go to shopping or something like that. I carry things, you know, I'm a grown adult man. I can carry my own things, but he takes everything from me and carries it for me. Like he doesn't do it specifically only for me, but he does it to people who he cares about. So it feels I am being taken care of. I am very grateful, and I am also like even if he feels that it's so heavy, he will still do that. Sometimes he like walks on leaning on a side like this because it's too heavy. So I feel like, baby, I can carry, it's fine. Or if you feel you still want to carry, just share it with me. I can still carry a part of it. But he'll be like, it's okay. I can carry. Those are really cute, and I'm really thankful.
뽀뽀해야지. 땡큐하면. So it is not something you do for me, but something that you do that I always find attractive. Because it's very different from basically me and my upbringing. I really like it when we're watching a movie or we're watching a TV show. 왜? ano? 알아 벌써?
알 것 같아.
And he would recognize a classical piece of music.
어.
다루는가 봐요.
I thought you were saying about me watching movies over and over.
No. It's more like when we're walking, we're watching a movie or like watching a TV show, and a piece of classical music plays, and he would hum it, and then he would say like, "Oh, this is called blah blah blah," like this concerto, etc., etc. Because I don't know those things, and I feel like, wow, we're very different people. Like, and he's very cultured. And
thank you.
No, true. And when we go on like a vacation, on like and you see like someone who's playing like a violin or whatever, and then he would recognize the piece, and he would tell me about it, and I'm like, wow, that's so charming. Because I've never been with anyone who has that kind of classical music taste, or who has that experience playing classical music. So yeah, I feel like he's kind of amazing when I hear those kinds of things. Don't you think so? Don't you recognize that I'm like, wow, how do you?
No, I mean, you expressed that emotion, yes, but I didn't really know that's a simple expression, or you actually felt something in deep and then you said it out.
No, like I'm always amazed. So I always ask him, like when I hear something, like, oh, do you know what this is? And he would always know what it is.
The thing is, these days I forget the names of the pieces, so I'll be like, I hum it, but I don't remember the name anymore.
But it's still amazing that he recognizes music. So for me, that's cool, and it's very different from like, what I am as a person. So it's different. I like it.
It's amazing to hear this from him. 왜 봐?
아니, 안 봐.
보지 마.
Next.
This is something I also feel by an observation, I think. Yeah. Like whenever he talks to someone else or call, or like he goes to how do I say, the friends gathering or whatever, later I figured that out, that he actually mentions about me a lot. For example, like he went on a trip with his friends, and then I meet his friend who went to the trip together with him, and he or she talks about me that, when we went on a trip, I actually heard about you from Earl, that you like to have this and that. Or like every time when we talk about something to the family, his family, and he will always come up with me, Sean likes this, Sean also like said blah blah blah, something like that. Like he brings me up in his life's conversation always. So I feel like I am very important person in his life, and I feel that I am being cared of also.
Yeah, I like talking about you.
So I feel like
You're my life.
thank you.
Ano man?
It's automatic. Sorry.
Oh.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope my friends and my family don't feel like, oh my God, he's talking about Sean again, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully not.
They might.
I also like it when, I make something for you for the first time and he makes like an OA or like overreaction. Like, I think you've seen from watching our vlogs, like when he eats, we're like, oh my God, baby, blah, 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 it's so good. No, 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 no. But every time I cook something new, and sometimes not even new, like when I cook something after a long time, be like, baby, it's so good, blah, blah, blah. And that gives me like, a boost of like confidence. I feel really nice. Like, he appreciates the food that I made for him or like me looking for a new recipe. Because he always does it for me, He always prepares our food. And I only prepare it like a couple of times a week. But every time I give him something, his reaction, some people might say, oh, that's fake. But I think it's authentic. Like, you're always like, oh, baby, it's really good.
I've never faked those kind of reactions because that's actually me. I not just yours, of course, but when my mom makes when my mom makes something, I don't really recognize myself doing that. But when I got the feedback of my reaction from another person, that's the time I would feel like, maybe I did it too much. Like him, let's say I had an reaction of that, then he'll be like, oh, hey, you're being too much. You're like, you're overacting. But I wasn't. It was really like good. That's how I felt.
I like it.
Yeah. Or maybe I was feeling like, I was keep on eating something I made it, and then I had something he made, so it felt different. So.
I make fun of it when you do it, but I also like it.
But
hey, don't overreact. Nicky?
But I'm not joking. I'm not faking at all.
Okay.
Like, that's my genuine reaction. Like, sometimes I'll be like, 대박! We can sell this, but I'm saying we can actually sell that. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be rich.
Whatever.
He puts me before him. This is especially when we go to the restaurant and look for the menus, and before we go to the restaurant, like look for something to eat, like let's say we are talking about the cuisine, what cuisine we are going to have, then he will ask me, he will tell me to choose, like where do I want to go, what cuisine do I want. I really appreciate it that he puts me before him. And this is just an example, okay? But the thing is, I have a trouble with choosing dishes, everything.
Don't worry, they know that.
Yeah. So I feel I am very appreciated. But at the same time, I'm having a trouble to choose what I want to have. So sometimes I just tell him, yeah, baby, if you choose it by yourself and then tell me, that is actually what you're helping me to, go through this situation. Yeah. So that's what I actually tell him.
Sean is a bit different from before. He doesn't really like PDA, public displays of affection. Now I think he's more comfortable because we're living in London. But I still always appreciate it when he is the first person who would attempt to like hold my hand or grab my arm. Because I'm always the clingy person. I always do that. But whenever I get that from him, I feel extra special. Because it feels like, oh, he wants to, show his love to me, especially in public, or he wants to grab hold of me.
I will try better.
Oh no, it's good that you do it, especially because you're not that kind of person who always likes to do it. So I appreciate it whenever you do.
It feels like it's on warning.
No, baby. I said I like it. I'm always gonna grab you anyway. That's what I like.
말 좀 하자.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, when sometimes 보지 말라니까.
안 봐.
Sometimes when he puts his hand on my shoulder, he doesn't just put it. He pressed my shoulder like this with his weight. So I feel like, my shoulder is already in pain, and then why would you even press my shoulder like that? I have a big pain on my shoulder over here. And then he's like, oh, okay, I will not do it. And then a while later, he's still doing it. So yeah, maybe it's his warning to me to stop saying that. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about when
I
you
also
are the
do.
one who does it. I cannot read it.
He was talking about the affection that I was showing into him, right? But for me, I want to say about the affection that he shows to me, that me to feel I'm in the secured spot, that he expresses his emotion and the feeling always. Let's say he doesn't stop saying I love you. He doesn't stop saying that he cares about me and he is in love with me until now and in the future. Like sometimes we watch the movie or TV show and it shows about like divorce or something like that, and there was a time that I was saying to him that, you know, like what if we actually get divorced, then will we be fighting that much about the asset that we have, blah blah blah, if we have by then. Then he was like, why would you even talk about it? Why would you even talk something that we are not even going through? Why do you even think about it? It's just a TV show, it's a movie, it's just them, it's not us. And that actually make me to think that I am very special in him. I am very loved. I don't have to worry about insecurity. So I am very appreciated.
Yeah, of course. You're safe and secure
Thank you.
and loved always.
Thank you.
Okay. We take a lot of like me testing Sean's Tagalog or Filipino. I really like it when he remembers or when he practices just by himself or when he would say Filipino expressions.
I have a lot.
Of course.
가고, 가고,
자기야,
보고, 빙이.
안 돼. 그거 말고. Like, he would remember expressions or he would say something. I really like it. Because it means like he cares about me or he wants to, know more about my culture, wants to know me more as well. And yeah, I just smile every time he says something randomly as well in Tagalog, or when we're in a conversation with others and he would say something that he remembers, that he knows. I really appreciate it. It means like you want to be involved, not with just me, but with my family, with my culture, and I really appreciate that.
I mean, I actually want to learn more. But like, let's say we are watching Filipino movie and I ask him like, oh, what is something? Because there's like English subtitle, but sometimes it doesn't really, translate it in
Literally.
exact way. So I just ask him like, oh, what is the meaning of that? And he'll be like,
I'm a bad teacher. I'm not so good with teaching stuff.
And sometimes I even ask for like English terms as well. Like for example, like let's say, oh, what is the meaning of a frame? Then he'll be like, he doesn't explain what it is. Let's say, oh, it's a thing that we put our photos or paint to keep it safer, blah blah blah. You can say this, but he will just repeat the same words.
Frame.
Frame.
Wait.
What is frame?
Tsaka,
Frame.
This is the thing that we like about each other, huh?
I wanna laugh.
Oh, I appreciate it when you do those, when you remember or when you speak Tagalog to me as well.
I love to learn more, really, baby. So, like, try to speak to me, but not just repeating same things over and over. I will never understand. He genuinely cares about others and has a kind, generous nature. He takes an initiative in helping, such as volunteering to clean the area or supporting people who are in need. Filipinos. I mean, we don't do it regularly. And for me, I actually do donate, but I don't do it by my own action. But he's the one who comes with an actual action by his own will. So that's really nice. You're spreading goodness to the world, and sometimes he gets mad when he sees trash on the road or like pathway. Like he'll be like, I mean, why do they even throw the trash on the, pedestrian? He'll be like that, and then like he will even set up the date or whatever to clean the road and area, and those are really nice.
Sean actually before got mad at me because every time I would come home from the gym, I would always bring like tissue paper to use as a glove, and I would pick up trash on the way back home. He's like, "Don't do that. You should wear like proper equipment or just set a date for you to do that.
Yeah,
That's
because
dangerous."
sometimes it's dangerous because we don't know like what kind of trash are there. For example, like some people just throw away the bottles or I don't know, like plastics. But what if those have like needle or like knife inside, and he didn't see that before and use his hands, bare hands, to pick those up? Then he will get injury. So that's something that I don't want. It's not like I'm not asking to stop cleaning, but to do so, I want him to wear a proper equipment. That's all.
I know.
Oh.
I really like it when I see Sean getting along with my family and with my friends, especially because it's like a journey, Like when we first met each other, when I first introduced you to my family, and I would I would go to the restaurant, he'd be like, "Baby, don't leave me alone. Like don't I'm stuck with mom, or I'm stuck with your sister." Like he'd be like, "Don't leave me." But it's different now. Like I really like it when I see him like having fun, making jokes with my family, with my friends. In our last trip, when he said like, I told him, "Should we just tell them we'll just go on our own?" He was like, "No, I want to meet your friends. I want to meet other people." So I really appreciate that he kind of wants to be involved in my life. Like it's the two of us now. Like I also get really touched, especially because we have our nephew Gael, and he's like so in love with him, and I see him with Gael too, and he really cares about him. Like that really warms my heart. No, no.
The one he was mentioning about, I still remember the moment we were at Dennis, and that was the first time I met his mom and sister. Dad wasn't there, and the brother wasn't there. I don't know what to talk to them. And he suddenly went to the bathroom. Yeah. We've been spending time together for so long, and we're very comfortable to each other, and we do care about each other. And I am really appreciated to them as well that they count me as one of the family members. And I love that. I love having them always. That's why, like, when mom and dad, they like to go somewhere, I'll be like, should we go?
그냥 갑자기 기억났는데.
어.
Even I was really 왜 똑같아. When I first heard Sean call mom and dad.
베베.
Yeah, I feel like we're really a family. 갑자기 몰라. No, I just really like, because he was the one who said like, "Oh, can I call mom and dad?" 그거.
Because I cannot call her name.
I know, but still, you can still say what, like auntie or uncle, but you don't. I want to call mom and dad.
Because we are married.
I know, but still, you know how sometimes people find it awkward to
do that,
to go from like that level or that level of closeness to another.
I just tried my best, but
Yeah. No, but yeah, just hearing that, and whenever I hear you talk about them, I say
But,
mom and dad.
But it's actually good for me as well that calling them in mom and dad actually makes me to feel that I am closer to them as well. Yeah, so it's good. But the thing is, I'm sorry you're crying, but sometimes I feel like he doesn't want me to get closer to his family because I'm asking. No, listen. I ask him, like, when you talk to your family, mom, dad, or sister, whoever, doesn't matter. make sure I am there. Because I want to listen. I want to be there to talk. But like he likes to talk to them when I'm in the gym.
Very.
Or I am not
No,
there.
it's not true. Happened once. And I didn't even call them.
Well,
I was
anyway.
gonna say something very quickly. It's not like when we have a conversation with them, I always make sure you're there.
But anyway, how do you think about this?
아,
Comment on.
진짜 빨리 미쳤어. Anyway.
Love you, babe. Anyway, yeah, I think that was everything that we have prepared to each other. And please let us know how do you felt about what we have talked about on this content as a comment.
If you also have any other ideas of what you want us to talk about for the Orange Sofa series, please also let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, and also let us know if there's anything that you have felt from your partner, little things. We want to know.
All right.
Okay.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop crying.
I...
콧물 나와.